Hello once again, this is James and welcome to my training videos. Today we are going to look at printing in Microsoft Office applications. And what is printing? Printing refers to the generation or creating of hard copies of work which is stored on your computer on print media, say paper, cloth, and canvas. The device which does this work is known as a printer. I take this opportunity to thank and appreciate those companies over the years which have been producing these incredible devices, like the company of HP, Epson, Canon, Lexmark, among others. These printers can print what we call ink, liquid ink, that is what we call the inkjet printers, or there are those which use toner, powdered ink, that we call laserjet printers. The printing can be done in single color, mono printing, or multiple colors, poly printing, depending on the kind of printer you have. The printer speed is measured in pages per minute, what we abbreviate as ppm. The more pages per minute, the faster the printer. Our printing focus is going to be put on the different Microsoft Office applications as earlier mentioned, the likes of Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Access. The keyboard shortcuts for most programs on computer using Windows operating system is you press the Control button plus P, that is the button labeled CTRL plus P. This will invoke or this will activate the print dialog box. Let us start with Microsoft Word. What we have to know is that in all these applications, you will be presented with the print dialog box, which you've said is activated by the Ctrl plus P keyboard shortcut. This dialog box may differ depending on the application you are working with, but all these dialog boxes contain some common features which don't change from one application to the other. Well, let us see this, or let us realize this as we go into the different print dialog boxes. Now, what we are presented with here is what we call the Microsoft Word print dialog box on the basis of Office 2010 and above. When you look up here, we notice that we have the print button. After you finish setting whatever you want to print, you'll have to come and hit this button. Here you'll organize the number of copies. Right about here you'll choose the printer you want to use. Here you'll set the page ranges. You want to print all the pages. You want to print 1 to 5. Would you want to print only one page? So here you set up the amount of, the pages, or the number of pages you need to print. Here we will set, depending on the printer, one-sided or two-sided, or for it to flip it automatically, a collated or non-collated, in portrait orientation or landscape orientation, the size of the paper, the margins, and how many pages you want per sheet. Then to go into the advanced print setup, you go to page setup. Right about here it shows you the preview of how the document will look on paper. Then here, if there are many pages on your paper, it will tell you maybe 1 of 10 or 1 of 5. You can zoom in using this option here, zoom in or zoom out to see the number of pages you want to see. To get a deep view of what you want to print. Let us go straight into Microsoft Word and we see this physically. This is just a snapshot of the dialog box for printing in Microsoft Word. But let us see how it is done. So, supposing we have our document. This is our document. When you look down here at the status bar, it says it has 1 out of 3 pages. So I can go to File, then I can say Print, or when I go to File and I say Print, notice that we'll get our dialog box. Or if I press Ctrl plus P, I still get the same dialog box. So right about here it will show you the number of pages. The printer, you can pick, in case you have several, you can print from a list of printers by clicking on the drop down dialog box. Here you can set the pages. If I want to print only page 1, I'll type page 1. I can say I want to print the current page. That is, maybe if I'm on page 2 and I want to print page 2 only, I can say print the current page. I can also tell it to print only the old pages. In this case it will print 1 and 3, or even pages. In this case it will print only page 2 since we only have 3 pages. I can print one-sided or two-sided depending on the type of printer. Some don't support the automatic printing on both sides, and you have to do it manually, just like this one here. The paper collection, as you can see here, it bundles them up, and here it will separate them, as you shall see when you print it out. Then here we have the page orientation, portrait or landscape. Look at the way the pages are flipped. This is straight and this is horizontal. You can have the size of the papers. Normally we print A4 or the legal size. And here are the margins of your paper, depending on how you want your paper. I can decide how many pages I want to print per sheet. So if I say 2 pages per sheet, it means now this work will be on 2 papers, because page 1 and 2 will be printed on 1 paper, then page 3 will be printed on the single paper since it's alone. If there are 4 pages, then it will be 2 papers. Page 1 and 2 would be on 1 page, and page 3 and 4 also on another page. This is the advanced setup, which you can click in to set the paper. As you can see, the size of the papers and the tray where you want, the different page numbers and the like, if you want to go into the deep print mechanism. This was our zoom. As you can see, the more you zoom out, it will show you all the pages you have, and the more you zoom in, you can get a glimpse of maybe what the work looks like. So basically that is how you want to do your printing. So when you finished setting up your preferences and your printer is connected to your computer, you simply come and hit the print button. The default option is to print all pages. So if I don't change anything here, all my pages will be printed, pages 1 to 3. So basically that is how we do it in Microsoft Word. That is how we print in Microsoft Word. In the next video we're going to look at how to print in Microsoft Excel. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.